Hey there, good morning. It is Sarah here. So I saw there was a question about using elements and spells and why you'd want to do that, or how, I guess, like what's the benefit of that. And instead of trying to type a long answer one-fingered on my cell phone, I'm outside with my children, I thought that I would just come here and tell you the answer. Okay, so why and the benefit of incorporating elements in your spells. So firstly, you want to consider the elements because you want to think about how fast you want your magic to work. So something that you want done like really super quick, like rapid fire, you would want to incorporate the element of fire. So fire is really fast acting, really intense, heats up things. When you want to add heat to something, you want to make it happen, like turn it on, cook it up, that's when you want fire. Also quick moving. That said though, when you're using fire, you're probably using a candle, and so you want to think about that when you're choosing your candle. So how big the candle is, how long, how fast you want this to work. So really fast, use a small candle. If you want it to take a little bit longer, or you think it might take longer, you want to use a larger candle. And then of course you can always just burn something like a piece of paper, and that's going to go quickly. Air is another one that can move quickly. If you write something on a piece of paper and then like throw it into the wind, if it's windy, that's going to move quickly. It's going to take it away quickly. But air can also work, be more gentle and work slowly. So if you want to, like incorporate like communication, thought into your spell work, then you might want to, you could put like, oh, there is no party right now, kiddo. You might want to incorporate like a feather onto your sacred space, or like a chime or a bell or something. And that could be, you're bringing in the idea of thoughtful communication or something, if that's what you wanted to incorporate into your spell. So that's how you would incorporate those elements. But again, you can also write something down and throw it into the wind, and that could be pretty quick moving. Or you can speak something into the wind, and that can be pretty quick moving. Earth, grounding, safety, energy. If you want something to grow into something else, you can bury in the earth, or you can even bring like flowers or grass or moss or like acorns or whatever earthy stuff you can bring into your space and incorporate that into your sacred space. So the question was, like what is the benefit of using elements in your spell work? Why would you want to do that? So those are some of the reasons why. You kind of want to know the characteristics of the elements, and you can incorporate them in various ways. So you can just incorporate pieces of the elements, so actually some water or like a candle, or like I said, a feather for air, or you can actually utilize the elements in your spell. So like you can have a bowl of water that you're using for something, you can actually use the flame of a candle, but it comes down to the properties of those elements and incorporating them into your spell work. And so when we call upon the elements, we are bringing like the natural elements around us into our spell work, and so it's important to incorporate that into your workings. And then also like how fast you want your magic to work, or what you're doing. So that's the other reason you'd want to consider the elements and incorporate them. So I hope that answers the question. There was a question in the group, like I said, about kind of why you'd want to use the elements, or like what the benefit is. So I hope that this quick little video answers that question, or gives some more insight into it. So there's the two things. One, you can actually use the elements to look at how fast you want your magic to work, and then just also incorporating them for their properties, like what they bring to the table. And that will help, energize your magic. So that's it. I just want to answer that question quickly. Like I said, it's faster for me just to speak the answer out than to sit here and try to type it one-fingered on my cell phone. I'm always, with my big cleavage, I'm always seeming to be one-handed these days. So try to do everything on my phone. All right, so that's it. So if anybody else has any questions about spells this week, I would love to see what you guys are working on. If anybody is writing their own spell and wants to share it in the group, I will certainly put them together like in a printable for us, if anybody wants to do that. So that's it. So I'll get off so that if anybody wants to watch this on the replay, they can, and I will tag the person who asked the question also in the comments. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.